Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome back to our channel once again. There is a very interesting headline in the Standard newspaper today. Let me just get that headline. One-term president. And the Standard newspaper is asking some two very critical questions. Let me just read for you. How valid is the opposition dream to make Ruto a one-term president? Can the opposition, led by Rigathi Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka, make William Ruto one-term president? What are the hopes and the impediments? What are the hopes and the impediments? President Ruto bragged a few days ago that he is the ultimate political chess grandmaster. And they're also asking another second question here. Can the opposition successfully take on this overly confident president who, when he served as a deputy president, successfully turned the table against his boss, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta? William Ruto was a deputy president, but he still went ahead and defeated a combined force of a sitting president and a very powerful opposition leader, Raila Amolo Odinga. So the question is, can the opposition, current one, defeat him? I don't want to focus on that article in the Standard newspaper, but I want to concentrate in this video about the grand plan to make William Ruto a one-term president. The plan is being led by Rigathi Gachagua, who is on a revenge mission, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, who has no other option but to be on the ballot in 2027. And of course, there is also the emergence of none other than Fred Okengo Matiang'i. I want to concentrate on that alliance. That alliance also includes Martha Karua. Can they take William Ruto home in 2027? Because Rigathi Gachagua has already declared that his main mission is to make William Ruto a one-term president.
I want to give my commitment and that of my team and our supporters, and there are many, they are in millions, that we are part of this team and we'll walk this journey together to liberate this country. And we shall make whatever sacrifices necessary to make sure that William Ruto is a one-term president.
And of course, one of William Ruto's key ally, Oscar Sudi, has also reminded us that there is no way William Ruto can become a one-term president.
Kwanza wewe mwenye ulichora William Ruto na mwenye ulisponsor kuchora William Ruto, utakufa mbele ya William Ruto na utakufa mbele yetu sisi wote. Wewe ndio utatangulia kwa hiyo kaburi. Hawa watu wanatuambia ati William Ruto must go. Tunataka tuwaambie hawa, mtupatie nafasi. Tuongee 2027. Na mujipange, wacha kuongea tu hapo kwa mtandao. Vitisho baridi. Mtafute watu wengine wa kutisha. Sisi wengine ni asolas. Huyu William Ruto ni mtoto ya mtu tu, alikuwa anauza kuku nini. Mimi mwingine alikuwa na makanga. Na nataka nirudie hapa. Hii Kenya hakuna rais ameenda kwa miaka 5. Kwani huyu ndiye atakuwa wa kwanza? Kama tunafanya nini? Kama tumelala wapi? Kama nini imefanyika? Kwani Kenya ni yenu? Mjue na mjue.
And for those who follow this channel very closely, I've always maintained that William Ruto is the easiest president to remove from office via the ballot. But the question has always been, who can remove William Ruto from office? The good news is that currently other names are coming up. Today, Caleb Amisi even proposed the name of the former Chief Justice, David Maraga. Of course, the entry of Fred Matiang'i is also giving us more options, and we expect more people to come on board. So before we get into all those details, because in this video, I want us to look at the strategies which these guys are trying to employ. But before we get into all those details, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let me go straight to the question. Can these opposition leaders make William Ruto a one-term president? Or let me just talk about the subject, the grand plan to stop William Ruto in 2027. The first strategy which they are planning to use is to zone Mount Kenya region from William Ruto. If they can successfully manage to zone the mountain away from William Ruto, then to some extent they can succeed. But do you think it's going to be an easy task for them? Because I'm seeing William Ruto already countering them. Ngiki has been unleashed, and I'm seeing the deputy president, Professor Kithure Kindiki, currently escalating his political activities in the mountain. Although the ground is still very hostile, but again, in politics, you can't tell. He's moving.
So usitutishe ati rais a one-term president. Pia watu wengine wanatutisha huko jana. Ati our job is to make sure William Ruto is a one-term president. That is your objective. Hiyo tu. Just that. And you will have achieved a lot. President Ruto is lucky to be among the 5 Kenyans who have occupied the seat of President of Kenya. Some, 24 years. Others, 10 years. If he gets 5, so be it. If he gets how many days, so be it. Mimi nimekuwa naibu wa rais. Today is the 89th day in office. I am working as if this is it. Hakuna siku ingine ni hii tu. That's how I'm working, because you don't know. We live and work by the grace of God. There was somebody in this office. Today he's not here. Now he's giving us ultimatum from funerals. How he will make William Ruto a one-term president. As if that is an achievement. William Ruto's objective is not to serve for 2 terms. It is to use the time that God will give him in office to bring transformative programs in 1, 2, 3 areas and then leave so that other people can come and take Kenya forward. As his principal assistant, that is my objective too, to support him. So msikuja kututisha na one term, my friend.
Can Rigathi Gachagua successfully manage to zone the mountain away from President William Ruto? Between Rigathi Gachagua and Uhuru Kenyatta, who is Mount Kenya kingpin? And what is Uhuru Kenyatta's strategy of delivering the mountain to William Ruto? Of course, I know for sure that Uhuru Kenyatta fears Rigathi Gachagua more than the way he fears William Ruto. So I doubt if Uhuru Kenyatta will allow Rigathi Gachagua to zone the mountain. That is one thing I'm not so sure about. But if they can succeed, the better for them. So that's number one. The second strategy is simple. They are now planning to strengthen their respective political parties. And why are they doing this? Kenyan politics is tribal. That is the fact we can't run away from. So as part of this strategy, Rigathi Gachagua is expected to launch his own political party anytime from now. And the intention of launching that party is to rally the mountain, because the first strategy was to zone the mountain. So after forming this party, then they hope that they'll use this party. They hope they'll use this party to zone or to consolidate the mountain. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is supposed to strengthen the Wiper Party. And for Kalonzo Musyoka, I don't have any doubt. I know for sure that the Kamba Nation will rally behind Kalonzo Musyoka 100%. Wamalwa is supposed to rally the Bukusu with the intention that the Trans Nzoia governor can actually become the running mate of this alliance. So if George Natembeya were to be made a running mate, the hope is that he will be able to win the support of the Bukusus. And of course, there is also the Matiang'i. factor, who will deal with the Kisses and to some extent ODM bases and to some extent the Western Alliance. Because William Ruto is banking fully 100% on the support of the Western Alliance. Yeah, it's treble, but based on numbers, if you add the Kamba block, the Kikuyu block, the Kisii block, then they pick 1, 2, 3 from here, William Ruto will be home. But there's a challenge. Who will be the presidential candidate? Can he bring the numbers? If Matiang'i is picked as the presidential candidate, can Kalonzo support him? If Kalonzo is picked as the presidential candidate, can the Kisii nation rally behind Kalonzo Musyoka fully? That's the biggest challenge. And William Ruto is a shrewd politician. William Ruto is going to work day and night to infiltrate the team to ensure that the person he can defeat is the one who is going to be nominated as the presidential candidate. The third strategy is voter registration. The biggest question is, why voter registration? There is a strong feeling that the next election is going to be determined by the young people. And these young people have been given a name, the Gen Zs. And that these Gen Zs have a bone to chew with William Ruto. That if you are to facilitate the registration of the young people as voters, then you solve that equation. That out of 100% of the Gen Zs, 70% or 80% of them are currently anti-William Ruto. So that can explain why there has also been this issue that the government of Kenya is delaying the issuance of IDs to young people for the purposes of 2027. Because remember, in 2022, William Ruto really benefited from the votes of the young people. These are the young people who now want to defeat him. So they want to mobilize resources for voter registration. I don't know the plans they have, but that's something they are planning. And lastly, their strategy is to sustain anti-William Ruto's campaign across the country. The rage against William Ruto is still there. In fact, the main reason why William Ruto cannot go to the mountain is because the mountain is bitter with him. Very bitter. So he doesn't want to go there when the ground is still hostile. So how can they sustain this rage against Kenya Kwanza? Their first strategy, and it's working for them, is for Rigathi Gachagua to continue attacking William Ruto. When William Ruto speaks, he responds. That's why this weekend, nobody has attacked Rigathi Gachagua this weekend. Because any attack on Rigathi Gachagua is actually met with brutal response, just to sustain that anti-William Ruto's narrative. Ladies and gentlemen, but the biggest question is, can this alliance defeat William Ruto? I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.